Ladies and gentlemen, it seems like the leak is live and I was right. I'm so happy to report that Fortnite Chapter 2 is indeed going to reset the season system. It is going to be titled Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1 The Battle Pass. So the ad that did leak, or the trailer that leaked, has been uploaded before. I will link to the trailer. The reason why I'm not uploading it on this video is because honestly, I do think that Epic is probably going to be copyright striking the actual people who released the video because it looks like it's obviously a leak. It wasn't revealed by them. So because of that, we're just going to discuss the details of the trailer, maybe have a couple of screenshots, things like that to discuss. Now, of course, guys, if you're excited about this, you can always go check out the trailer, but the actual discussion of the trailer and what we see is going to be on this video. So without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling. First and foremost, we're just going to go on ahead and basically hit play here and discuss what we see. So first of all, we do see indeed what looks like kind of a preview of, first of all, the first thing that appears is the fact that it says Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1 Battle Pass. So obviously that confirms that they are positioning this as Fortnite 2. Then we see a shot of several different skins. We have like this kind of melted blob type skin, which looks really cool. We actually see several different shades of that skin in this trailer, but we see basically 4 characters running at us in the trailer, which is interesting because I guess maybe that confirms squad mode is still going to be a thing that happens in the game, so no worries there. It does then go on ahead and point us to the fact that there are new ways to level up, and it showcases a bunch of different like medallions and tokens. So I guess some of the ways might be from things like getting kills like you typically would, but then it looks like, first of all, the chests are going to look a little bit different. They have like blue chests now instead of the wooden chests that we had, but then you can go on ahead and level up by collecting scavenger medals. So that looks pretty cool. There's survival medals, which you can collect via destroying trees and such. Then there's battle medal upgrade medals. Try saying that quickly 5 times, which essentially those are just medals that you will earn on the basis of getting certain battle conditions fulfilled. So for example, the one that appears in the trailer is 4 eliminations in the match. So like in one match, you manage to get 4 eliminations. So it seems like almost like the challenge system is kind of getting reinvigorated into this medal system. So instead of getting like challenges completed, you will be giving medals now. So that's interesting. I think that that's a cool idea. The other thing that we see is fishing, which is really funny looking. And it does point out that the character levels up from that activity to hit to level 127. So that's interesting that you do get to a level on up. It is also interesting because in that gameplay, it almost looks like there's like a hub world kind of that you get to visit. And obviously during all of this gameplay, we see a lot of the new map. And it's interesting because a lot of the map looks almost like campgrounds sort of. So that looks very, very cool. There's a couple of areas that look a lot more modern, kind of like a city. So I think that that's very cool too, that there's going to be a nice balance of the 2 variables. It seems like one of the characters in the trailer pops up from a garbage bin. So could that indicate that you might be able to hide inside things? That would be insane. I don't know how much that would change gameplay, but I think that would be pretty insane. It definitely looks a little bit more almost GTA Online-esque. I was talking to a friend about this and he pointed that out as someone who hasn't played GTA Online. He actually referenced and said like, hey dude, this looks a lot like GTA Online. And then I went to look at a bunch of GTA Online stuff and I was like, you know what? Yeah, it does. It does look a lot like GTA Online. Try saying that quickly 5 times. But the other cool thing is that throughout that trailer, we also see a character nosedive into some water, which is interesting because usually, of course, if you remember in the game, you can go on ahead and use the glider to dive, but you never could like positioning of your character to dive head first. You would always jump, let's say, into water, or if you're jumping down, you would always still jump feet first. So it's interesting because does that mean that we'll be able to control the trajectory of our character to such an extent? Because you can literally see the character dive into water head first, which is cool. Now, the other thing that we see here in the Battle Pass trailer is the fact that it does point out that there will be over 100 rewards. Now, of course, what we see in the preview image for those 100 rewards are gliders and a pickaxe, as well as what looks like a weird like soccer ball, kind of like futuristic looking soccer ball. So those are the things we see. We don't see any of these skins right away, so I'm sure obviously there will be skins as rewards, but again, this is an advertisement for the Battle Pass, so keep that in mind. Speaking of things that are absolutely ridiculous, We see the pogo stick, which it looks pretty hilarious. So basically there's like a llama pogo stick that the characters are able to jump on. And in that scene, we actually do see that skin again, the kind of blob jelly skin. And this time it's in red, in blue. Before that, we saw the red version of that same skin. So that's definitely really cool to see. And then comes the really exciting stuff. So that picture that leaked from the Italian App Store that said Fortnite like Chapter 2 basically in Italian. It's interesting because in that picture you could see some boats, and it looks like, based on this trailer preview, there are indeed going to be boats in the Fortnite video game, because you can see characters going across water at rapid pace, which is pretty epic. So obviously it shows to us that now we have a way to get across water. And it's interesting because it looks like the body of water across which they're traveling, and by the way, they're fighting on these boats, which is pretty awesome looking. But as they're traveling on these boats, it looks like it's kind of like a river going across the map and like dividing it in half, which is super duper cool. From there, the trailer then cuts to a beach scene, kind of almost looking very like reminiscent of like, you know, old school war movies and such. And you can see one of the characters carrying another character on her shoulders, which is interesting. Does that mean that this is going to be like the new revive system where you have to pick up a fallen teammate and bring them somewhere in order to revive them? That looks really interesting, because they cut to the overhead shot of this character. You can see that there's a bunch of enemies firing down at her as she's trying to run to what seems like some sort of destination. And then at the very end, we have kind of a high five scene between two different characters, as well as what looks like a brand new restaurant area in the game, which is called Sticks. And it's really cool because we see the fish face skin as the kind of center point of that particular franchise. At the end of it, it does say Fortnite Battle Pass available now, and then we see what looks like another really cool looking skin, kind of ninja-esque skin, and then you have a bunch of V-Bucks, some of the pickaxes that are coming along, the soccer ball now looking like an 8-ball, and a glider previewed as well. So basically a whole lot of information. It's a 30-second trailer that really did reveal that much stuff. There's so much here to be seen. Are you guys excited about the Battle Pass? Will you be picking up Fortnite Chapter 2? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm very much looking forward to hearing from all of you lovely folks. Of course, don't forget to hit that like button, and of course also let me know if you guys are excited about these additions. Like, do you think the boats are a good thing or a bad thing? I guess we can't really judge it fairly until we actually play the game, but it is kind of interesting to think that before this, we didn't have any ways of getting across water. Now there's going to be a way to like use the water. I'm assuming that if you fall into the water, you're probably still dead. So it's interesting because the boat is really going to be the thing that can save you. But at the same time, you have to wonder, because obviously the vehicle, if it gets destroyed, I'm sure it'll be destructible. If the vehicle gets destroyed, you're taking a pretty big risk getting on that boat to go on ahead and maybe make it to the next zone or try to sneak away from some fights. It's very cool. Plus, I love that it looks like in the trailer, you could literally, at least in the trailer, you can see that there are 4 people on the boat. Like, there's 3 people fighting and 1 person driving. So it's really cool that you can literally have your whole squad on this one vehicle, which is awesome, because prior to this, I don't think we've gotten any vehicle before where you could have 4 people on one vehicle. I think the most we could have had, I want to say, was it the golf cart maybe, where you could have 3 people, right? Something like that. So it's interesting because now you have 4 people available to ride one vehicle. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about the skins that you see? Are you excited about parts of the map that we see? And of course, have an absolutely fantastic day, guys. I'll hopefully catch you guys here next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators.